Welcome to yoga today. Find yourself a comfortable seat, and you may want to have a blanket or a cushion nearby just in case you want a little extra padding under your knees. We won't be on our knees too much, but never hurts to have a little bit of cushioning. So find a comfortable seat and either close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or maybe take a comfortable gentle downward gaze. And just start to tune into your body, noticing how you're feeling today. And start to lengthen the inhale and exhale. Breathing down deep into the belly, and then exhaling fully. And every time you exhale, maybe you can let go of a little more stress, let go of anything that you're not needing right now. And as you breathe, start to see if you can relax any of the muscles that aren't needed to keep you sitting upright. Checking in especially with the facial muscles. Letting the brow be smooth, the forehead is smooth. Unclench the teeth and let the jaw wiggle a little bit from side to side. Continuing to breathe and just relaxing. And now begin to notice just what you're feeling, all the senses. You could first come to feeling where your lower body is connected to the ground. And then moving up, noticing perhaps where your hands are connecting with your knees or lower legs, or legs in general. Can you feel your clothing on your skin? Do you feel the air moving around you? Notice any smells, any sounds in the room. Noticing these external senses, and then maybe taking those senses inside, noticing how you feel, what you feel. And then taking your awareness into your mind and noticing what's happening there. Just acknowledging, not judging. Just checking in with any of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that could be flitting in and out. Just say hello, acknowledge them, and let them be. Just witnessing them rather than negating them or supporting them in any way. And then can you bring all of the previous things, the breathing, the relaxing, feeling, observing, and now can you just allow all those things to be? Just being the silent witness, allowing this moment, this present moment, to be just as it is, without needing to change anything. And see if as we move through our session today, if you can bring all those qualities, all those things into the practice, the breathing, the relaxing, feeling, observing the thoughts and feelings, and just allowing the moment to be as it is, knowing also that you can change if you're in pain. You know, obviously, please do make a change there, but sometimes it can be, sometimes the challenge of yoga is being with the, you know, the kind of feeling in the muscles, the feelings, that the thoughts that come up, and just being present with them. So let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if your eyes were open, let them open. And let's lie back on our backs. Bring ourselves all the way down, comfortably, gently. And bring your arms up over your head. Just reach those arms up over the head, reaching the fingertips to the wall behind you and the feet to the wall in front of you, just stretching, reaching, lengthening. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And bring your arms back down by the sides. And bend your knees. Lift the soles of the feet off the floor and lift them up towards the ceiling. And then begin to point and flex the toes, the feet and toes, starting to warm up the ankles. And then take the feet, the toes in a circle on the ceiling, going one way, taking the ankles through a full range of motion. And go the other way. And then shake that out. Begin to bend and straighten your legs at the knees, warming the legs up. And the next time the knees bend, let them come all the way down. The feet come down to the floor. And pick up your right foot and move your right knee in a circle in the air, taking that hip through a full range of motion. Remembering, as always, to listen to your body throughout this whole sequence. Change directions with the leg. And the next time the leg comes around, let the ankle cross over your left leg just above the knee. Raise your left foot off the floor. Find a place for your hands behind the left leg. Inhale and exhale. Gently draw your left knee closer in towards your chest. And then release that. Release the feet back down to the floor. And bring your left foot up off the floor and make some circles with your knee in the air, taking the hip through a full range of motion. And change directions. And the next time that ankle comes around, let it cross over the right thigh just above the knee. Lift the right foot up off the floor. Find a place for your hands behind the right thigh. Inhale and exhale. Gently draw the right knee and thigh closer towards the chest. Release your hands, release the ankle, and let the feet come up towards the ceiling again. And then allow the legs to widen. And then bring the legs back together. And when they meet, let them cross. So let's see, I'm crossing my right leg over the left. And then gently open the legs out. And then bring the legs back in, and this time my left leg crosses my right. So slowly widen the legs apart and bring the legs together, crossing them at the top. and then opening back up, slowly bringing that up. Make these a mindful movement. Just go as far as feels comfortable to you. Again, remembering to listen to your body. And we'll do this once more on either side. And then next time the legs cross, uncross them and leave them with the feet pointed up towards the ceiling. And then lift your fingers up towards the ceiling now, straightening the arms. Inhale, and then exhale, peel your head, shoulders, and upper back off the mat and reach up towards the toes. It's okay if you don't touch. You're just reaching, feeling the core engage, finding some warmth in the core. Breathing, and then inhale and exhale. Lower back down, and you can bend the knees, but keep them up in the air. And as you bring your arms down, let the elbows bend, and then the forearms come down to the ground. So your arms are in sort of a goal post or a cactusy kind of position. And then inhale and exhale. Drop your lower body over towards, see, I'm going towards the left. And then inhale to center. Exhale, the knees and lower body go over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale towards the left. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the right. Now inhale back to center. Grab the shins, curl up into a tight ball, bringing your forehead in towards your knees. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then just roll over to one side and then gently press yourself up to a seated position. And when you find a comfortable seated position, inhale the arms up over the head and then exhale down. Inhale and exhale down. Now inhale up and then take the right hand to the left knee and twist. Inhale, arms come back up, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take your left hand down to the ground and reach your right hand over, stretching. Inhale to center and exhale, stretch over to the other side. Inhale to center. Let's twist again. So take your right hand to the left knee, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale to center. Now left hand comes down, right arm reaches over. Inhale to center. Exhale, reach over with the left hand. Inhale to center. Exhale, bend the elbows and take your hands and wrists in a circle, rotating your wrists through a full range of motion, and then go the other way. Shake those wrists out and bring your fingertips to the top of your shoulders and make some circles with your elbows. And then go the other way. Inhale, reach the arms out wide, and then exhale, bring your left arm across the chest and hold. And then turn your head from side to side, gently listening to your own neck, to your own body. Just make some gentle head movements from side to side during this shoulder stretch. And come back to center. Inhale, open the arms out wide again. And then exhale, bring the right arm across, hold with the left. And again, some gentle side to side neck movements. Come back to center. Inhale the arms out wide. Let's just make some circles here. Actually, let's start smaller. And then gradually make them a little bit bigger. Listening to your shoulders. And then go the other way, starting with the larger circles, starting to make them smaller. And then coming back to shoulder height arms and bring the hands down to the lower or to the legs and roll the shoulders a bit. And go the other way. Now let's come to a tabletop position on our hands and knees. Coming to hands and knees, knowing that here, if you'd like to put a blanket underneath your knees for some extra cushioning, you can surely do that. So finding this tabletop position, hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. Let's move through cat and dog a few times. So inhale for dog. Let the belly drop down, the chin and tailbone lift. And then exhale, the spine rounds towards the ceiling for cat, like a Halloween cat. Inhale, dog, belly drops down. Exhale for cat. Spine rounds. Inhale. And exhale. And then from here, curl the toes under and pressing into the knuckles of the palms and into the toes, lift up into downward dog. And from here, walk your dog out a few times, bending and straightening the legs at the knees. And then lift your right leg up and the heel points up towards the ceiling, the toes point down. And then bring that down. And then the left leg lifts up, the heel lifts up towards the ceiling, the toes point down. And then bring that down. In downward dog, your knees can be bent the whole time. That's okay. Your heels might touch the floor, they may not. That's okay too. Take a breath and then walk the hands and feet together. Coming into a ragdoll. So holding the opposite elbows, let your upper body just dangle. Hang like a rag doll, and your knees can be bent here. You might even alternate bending and straightening the legs here too. Just getting a little bit more movement into the joints, getting a little bit more movement into the different muscle fibers of the legs. Letting the head dangle. Make a little movement with the head, shake yes, or no, shake no, nod yes. Breathing here. And then release the hands. Bring the hands to the shins. Inhale, come halfway up, find a nice flat back. Lengthening through the top of the head. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and inhale, come all the way up, hinging at the hips. And then reaching up all the way, and then exhale. Let the hands and arms come down by the sides. If you have a blanket down there, just move it out of the way so that you have plenty of space on the mat. And let's just do a little shake of everything, making sure that all the joints have got a little bit more movement, a little bit more warmth. And then just pause for a moment, close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and just notice the body again. And then come to one end of your mat and stand with your feet about hip width apart. And then inhale, lift your arms up, and exhale, take a large step forward with your right foot. Coming into the lunge of Warrior One. I like to keep my heel up off the floor. I keep a little bit of bend in the back leg, and the heel is a little bit lifted. There are some different ways. Sometimes the leg could be angled out a little bit. I just like it a little bit more with the hips squared to the short end of the mat. There's less chance of knee tweaking. Breathing here. You might look to see if the front knee is stacked over the front ankle. The shoulders are relaxed down away from the ears. Breathing here, noticing what you're feeling in your body. And then inhale and exhale. Pivot that back foot, your left foot, and come to warrior two. So again, the front knee is stacked over the front ankle, and you're facing the side of the mat. And now this time, your ankle, or excuse me, your heel is down, and your toes are turned slightly in. Your hips are not going to be squared to the side of the mat, and that's okay. Your arms are shoulder height, and you're staring down the right fingertips as you breathe. Your torso is upright rather than leaning. And you can also see about thinking about the outside edge of your left foot and see if you can slightly press it in to really cement that down. And the right foot is pressed into the mat. Now inhale and exhale. Let your left hand come down and the right arm lifts up. Inhale. Breathe here. Knowing at any time if you need to lift up out of this and then come back, that's totally fine. Same thing if you need to lift up out of the lunge. Inhale and exhale. Now bring this right forearm to on top of the right thigh. And then inhale, lift your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. You could stay here, or you could see about lengthening the arm, bringing it up by the ear so that it almost seems like there's a diagonal line from your right fingertip down to your right foot. Breathing here and seeing if you can press into that forearm so you're lifting up rather than sagging down. So you're creating some height. Breathing here in the side angle. If you'd like a little bit of adventure today, then you can bring this the left fingertips down. I may have messed up with the directionals. Bring the hand that was up in the air, bring that down by the foot, and then lift your right arm and fingers up towards the ceiling, coming into a little bit of a twist, a revolved side angle. Breathing here. And then unwinding out of that, bringing the arm back up, and then sort of gently cartwheeling the arms kind of back up into the air, coming back into warrior two. You may straighten the leg first for a moment, and then re-lunge. And then bring the arms out in front of you just for a moment and interlace the fingers in front. So your palms are facing up, see that? So then unlace and then just bring those arms behind you. So now the fingers interlace again and pressing the backs of the hands down towards the floor slightly, bringing the shoulder blades in. Inhale and exhale, and then hinging at the hip, start to slowly bring the chest closer towards the thigh, towards, the mat. Maybe you don't come down very far. Perhaps you come down very far. Find what feels right for you today. For me, the top of my thigh is screaming. And then inhale, straighten up, release the hands. Exhale, pivot both toes. So now we're facing the side of the mat. Turn your toes out to the side slightly. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, squat. And then inhale, step the hands and feet together. And then exhale, come down. Close your eyes for a moment and just notice how you're feeling. Okay, we'll do the other side. You can step back to the same place you had been, but I'm going to switch to the other side of the mat. And find that comfortable standing position first. Inhale, the arms up over the head, and then exhale, take a large step forward with your left foot, coming into the warrior one lunge. Shoulders drop down away from the ears. Some other arm variations could be goddess arms with the elbows bent. Maybe just bring the arms, or the hands to the hips. Breathe. Can you relax here? Can you find some relaxation in this pose? Or perhaps relax some muscles that don't need to be working. Inhale and exhale. Pivot your right foot and come into sort of a side lunge here. The front knee is still stacked over the front ankle. And this time the foot is down on the floor. See if you can press the outside of that right foot, the back foot, back. Pressing in also to the left foot so you feel a really nice steady base. Your torso is upright. Shoulders are square to the side of the mat. Arms are shoulder height, and gaze down your left fingertips this time. Breathe, relax, feel. Where are you feeling this pose? Observe any thoughts or emotions that come into your head. And just allow. And then inhale and exhale. Let your right hand come down to the right leg. Inhale, your left arm up. Gaze towards the ceiling. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. The left arm comes down. The forearm rests on top of the left thigh. And lift. Inhale, lift the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Perhaps the arm comes to by the ear. Reaching, creating a long line. If you'd like a little bit of adventure, bring this right arm down to the floor, lifting up on the right, lifting the right heel up as you pivot and twist. Lifting your left arm into the air. If this does not suit you today, it is okay if you don't do it. Now, bring that forearm back to the top of the thigh, kind of cartwheel the arms. I'm going to straighten my bent leg for a moment and then re-bend, coming back into the warrior two. And then, just like we did before, we're going to interlace the fingers, bring them behind you, interlace the fingers so the palms are facing up towards the ceiling. I'm going to straighten that front leg again. And bend it again. Bring those shoulder blades together. Turn towards kind of the corner of the mat a bit. Inhale and exhale. Begin to lean. A nice lengthened lean. Really tune in to the breath, to those feelings, what you're feeling. You tune into the feelings in your mind as well. And then inhale, lift, and straighten the leg, release the hands, pivot the toes, pivot so you face the side of the mat, turn the toes out just slightly, inhale, down, inhale up, and then exhale, sink down, bring the arms down here, let's just sit here, maybe swaying just slightly in this squat. And then inhale, the arms come up, exhale, bend the arms, and then inhale, step the hands and feet together, and then exhale, arms come down. Close your eyes, tune in. Notice the pause, let the nervous system catch up. Now letting your eyes open again, shake the legs out. We're just gonna do a brief quad and hamstring stretch. So bring your weight over into your right leg first. Bring that right arm out to the side and just see if you can reach your foot, ankle, and just hug that heel in towards the butt to find a little stretch through the front of the thigh. And then let that go and come over to the other side. And reach, stretch, release, let go. And then keeping your weight in the left foot and leg, extend your right leg out, keeping a little bit of a bend in the knee just for safety purposes. Let's see how you can see that. And then sitting your hips back, bringing the toes off the floor, finding a little stretch through the back of the leg. And then switch sides. All right, shaking that out. And bring the feet back to a comfortable hip width position. And bring your arms out to the sides and bring your left arm out in front, and then bring the right arm out in front also, but over the left arm, bending the elbows and bringing the backs of the hands together, or maybe even bringing the fingertips to touch the palms, bringing the eagle arms. And then knowing also that if you wanted to just bring the palms to touch, or maybe even there are many ways to accommodate different things, but here's one form of eagle arms. And then, so we've got your left arm is underneath. Then begin to bend your knees slightly, sinking the hips back, and then lift your left leg and bring it over your right leg. And you could just let the toe touch, just crossing there, or perhaps you can find a little bit more of a winding, almost braiding the legs together. And take a few breaths here in eagle. Perhaps finding a place to gaze on. Coming out if you need to, coming back in if you're ready. And then inhale, unwind, and exhale, float the arms back down, coming back to stand. Pause for a moment. And then bring the arms out to the side. And this time, the right arm is going to be below the left. So wind those arms up. And then begin to bend the knees, sinking the hips back slightly. And then bring your weight into your left leg. Raise the right leg, cross it over. And either the toe touches on the outside of the left foot, or maybe you can wind a little bit. Listen to your own joints. If you find that this balance is a big issue for you, you can also try to seat it. And then you can build up and try again. Okay. Ooh, let's take 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, gently unwind, and exhale, bring things back to center. Shake the arms, shake the legs out. And close your eyes, take a pause, recenter. Now open your eyes and bring your right hand to the top of the hip in the back, sort of your back pocket area, a little bit above. And then inhale your left arm out to the side. Breathe. Inhale and then exhale. Bring the arm across the body and then bring your fingertips to that little divot just in front of the shoulder. Find that divot. And just sink those fingers in. The elbow stays lifted about shoulder height. Inhale and exhale. Gently press the shoulder back behind you as you press the hand that's on the hip a little bit forward. So we're endeavoring to keep our hips facing forward and just twisting at the top. Breathe here. And then on your next inhale, unwind the arm, and then exhale, the arms float down. Now bring the left arm to the back top of the hip. Bring your right arm out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Bring the arm across. Bring those fingertips to that divot in front of the shoulder. And then come just to that shoulder bone. Inhale and exhale. Slowly, gently press your shoulder back. Gazing behind you. Your hips stay forward, stay facing forward. The elbow, try to keep it at about shoulder height. And breathe. On your next inhale, gently open the arm out to the side, and exhale, let both arms float down. Let's come on down to our belly. So find your way down to the mat. bringing yourself down, bringing those arms out in front of you. So first we can lengthen out. So reach the arms towards the wall in front of you and reach the feet, the toes towards the wall behind you, maybe even pretending that you were swimming just a little bit here. Just finding that length. And then bend the elbows, make a little pillow with the hands, stacking the hands, and then rest your chin or forehead or side of the head on the hand pillow. And take a few breaths here. Noticing the feeling of expansion on the breathing, how it feels different slightly than when you're lying on your back. Begin to raise yourself up, bringing your forearms to the floor with your elbows beneath your shoulders. Your fingertips are facing forward, coming into a Sphinx pose. And again, can you press the elbows and the forearms into the floor a little bit more so it raises you up just slightly? And then can you tuck the lower ribs in, maybe making that little laugh or a little sharp exhale through your nose so you feel those lower ribs knit in. And you'll find that a little bit more of your belly might be off the floor than previously. And then lowering down slightly, slide your palms beneath your shoulders. Your chin comes down to the mat. Inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, press your hands into the mat. Lift head, shoulders, and chest. And then just come back down again, briefly. Then lift head, shoulders, chest on the inhale. And exhale, come down. Inhale, head, shoulders, and chest. Press the hands into the mat, seeing if you can raise a little bit more. You can continue to come back down on the exhale and lift yourself back up if you like that movement a little bit more. But if you would like to keep pressing into the hands, let the shoulders be down away from the ears, sliding down the back, coming up perhaps a little bit more into cobra. But again, remembering to listen to your body, listen to your low back, listen, because there is value to be found at all levels. Even if you bring those elbows under the shoulders again. Wherever you're at, keep breathing. And then one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Make the hand pillow again, resting chin or side of the face. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs from side to side. Bring those feet back down to the floor. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders again with the elbows pointing back and back behind you. Rest the chin on the mat. On your next inhale, lengthen diagonally by lifting one arm and the opposite leg. And then exhale, come down. And then inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, come down. Alternating sides for that diagonal stretch on either side. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, come down. Do this a few more times, switching sides. Next time you do right arm and left leg, come all the way down, hands beneath the shoulders again, and then take a breath. And on your next inhale, lengthen both arms and both legs, and come down, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Once more, inhale and hold, reach, reach, and then gently exhale down, make the hand pillow, rest your head, bend your knees, and windshield wiper the legs. You can also take your feet in a circle, going one way, and then going the other. Let those legs lower. Take a breath. And then begin to move the hands beneath the shoulders again, pressing into the hands. Lift yourself up into a table position, and then sink your hips back into child's pose. Your arms can stay reached out in front of you, or the arms could come back. Your arms or your hands can also make a little pillow under the forehead. On your next inhale, press your hands in, start to walk them back in, bringing yourself back upright. And then coming to your hands and knees just briefly and turn to the side of the mat, or you might stay where you were at. I'm just going to face you now. And come, walk the hands in, walk the hands up, and extend your right leg out to the side beside you, and keep the heel on the ground with the toes pointed up, and you're going to keep a little bit of a bend in that knee. And placing the right hand on top of the thigh, inhale the left arm up, and then exhale, reach over. And reach and breathe. Being careful, your hand could rest on the knee, but don't press. If you need to press, press into the thigh. And then inhale, lift up, and exhale, set that left arm down to the floor beside you. And then inhale, lift the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. They could stay just reaching up towards the ceiling, or again, maybe the arm comes by the ear and you reach and you feel this wonderful side stretch. Well, hopefully wonderful. Breathing. You can choose to look up towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable for you. You could look forward, you could look down. And now inhale and exhale. Gently bring your right hand down to the ground, bend the right leg, and then just kind of walk yourself back to the hands and knees table position, and then walk your hands back up, coming back onto your knees. Again, grab that blanket or cushion if you'd like that under your knees, and feel free to have that underneath. You can extend your left leg to the side with the heel on the ground, the toes pointing up. Keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. Rest the left hand on top of the thigh, and then inhale the right arm up, and then lean over towards the left. Breathing. Perhaps pressing into the left heel and then the right knee to create a stable base. On your next inhale, rise up, and then exhale, bring the right hand down to the ground and lift the left fingers towards the ceiling. You could stay here gazing there, or if you like, you can extend the arm up by the ear, feeling potentially a stretch through the great deal of the body, or the side of the body. Breathing and feeling how you can expand into the side body with each inhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hand down to the floor, bend the knees, gently sitting back towards your heels, onto your heels. Let your hips fall to one side, and then come to sit on the sit bones and extend your hips, or excuse me, extend your legs out in front of you, and just do a little rotation here of the legs. And then bring the feet closer together. You can keep a little bit of a bend in the knees here if you like. You can also stick that blanket or cushion underneath the knees. And inhale the arms up overhead, and exhale, hinge at the hips, bringing the arms down. If you would like, let's see, there's a lot of ways that you can do this. Perhaps you can reach your toes. Perhaps you can reach the legs. You can also use a strap here to create some length through the back so you don't round quite so much, and then you hold on to the strap. You could have a towel even. Wrap the strap or the belt or the towel around, and then hold so that you can kind of gently lift up, and you feel some extension in the backs of the legs. You feel the extension in the back of the back, or the back. I guess it really only has one side, right? Breathing here. If it feels comfortable and you know it's safe for your spine and your back, you might release the spine down, bringing the head a little closer towards the legs. And then on your next inhale, lift up, and then exhale, release. Let's come down to our backs again. Swing your legs around, gently lower yourself down. And again, raise those arms up over your head, reaching, just creating the length through the whole body. And then bring your arms down by your sides and bend both knees in briefly. And you can just hug them in, maybe give them a little bit of a shake from side to side. And interlace your fingers over the shin of the right leg, just below the knee. And then extend your left leg The foot, the sole of the foot reaches up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Gently lower that left leg down to the floor and keep that left leg active so the sole of the foot is pressing away from you without hyperextending the knee. You might keep a little bend there. And then gently hug your right knee in towards your torso. Breathe. Check in with your face again. Let go of any tension in the facial muscles. Release the jaw. Now, begin to bend your left leg, bringing the knee in towards the chest again. Gently hug them in. And switch the hands. Interlace your fingers over the shin of your left leg, just below the knee. And then extend your right leg. Sole of the foot reaches up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Slowly lower your right leg down towards the floor, keeping that straight leg active, pressing the sole of the foot away from you as you gently hug your left knee closer towards you. Breathing here. Perhaps noticing the rise and fall of the belly against your thigh. Inhale and exhale. Release your hands. Bring your right knee back in towards the chest and hug the knees a bit in towards the chest. See if you can keep your upper arms on the ground while keeping your hands just below the respective knees and allowing the knees to sink further in towards your torso, while at the same time thinking about your tailbone and seeing if you can gently, almost in your imagination, lengthen it down so it reaches away from you, but the knees keep gently coming towards your torso. Don't think too hard on that. Just breathe and allow things to just gently unwind, gently unravel. Inhale, release your hands, and exhale, bring the soles of the feet down to the floor. Bring your arms out to the sides to shoulder height, and inhale and exhale. Gently move your hips a few inches over to the right. Lift your hips, set them down a few inches to the right, and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Inhale and exhale, and then lower your knees over towards the left. And you can try to stack the knees if possible, keeping the thighs stacked, perhaps bringing your hand to hold the outside of the thigh or the knee. And take a few breaths here in this supine spinal twist. Gently release the knee if you've been holding on to it, and allow your knees to come back up to center, rolling onto your back. Place the feet down, and then inhale and exhale. Lift your hips and place them slightly over to the left. And then bend your knees, bring them in towards your chest, and allow your lower body to gently roll over to the other side. Coming into the supine spinal twist, using a hand to hold the outside of the leg, if you like. Breathe. Release the leg. Gently allow the knees to float back up towards the ceiling. Place the feet back down on the floor. Reposition your hips, reposition your shoulders, and slowly slide your legs down to the floor, coming into a comfortable relaxation position for Shavasana, knowing that you've always also got the option to keep the knees bent slightly. If you have a blanket or a cushion around, you could place it beneath the knees. The arms are about at a 45-degree angle away from your body with the palms facing up. Roll your head gently from side to side. Find a comfortable resting position of the back of the head. Give yourself a few long, slow, deep breaths in and out. Just allowing your body to sink deeply into the mat. Letting go a little bit more with every exhale. Scanning your body from head to toe and toe to head. Just letting any remaining tension evaporate out. Letting it dissolve. After you've taken several deep breaths, you might just let that go and allow your breathing to return to a normal pace. Allowing yourself to let go into deep relaxation. Your nervous system gradually calming and growing quiet. Now gradually let your awareness begin to deepen again. Allow your breathing to deepen. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, rubbing the thumb against the tips of the fingers, bringing some more movement into the hands, the wrists, the ankles, the feet, bending your knees and rolling over to your favorite side. Take a breath here and gently press yourself back to an upright seated position. Bring your hands, stack your hands on top of your chest. Taking a nice big breath in and exhale. May we be free of suffering. May we have physical happiness. May we have mental happiness. May our hearts be at peace. You can let your eyes open. Feel this wonderful, calm feeling in your chest, your heart, knowing that you can come back to this at any time by bringing those hands back over your chest and revisit this feeling of calm that you hopefully have right now. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again next time.